Hi. I ended up in my last video by telling you that I have something more to tell you. This Mother Earth has helped us in the way she's nursing everything living on this earth. The one of them is the moon. Let me tell you about a conversation I had with the moon. We are back in time, I think more than 30 years or 40 years back. I went to a shaman gathering with women, and we gathered the 5th of February in Denmark. It was a very cold winter. We had minus 10 degrees Celsius and a lot of snow. And by the ocean, the ice was building up in beautiful sculptures along the coast. We decided to go out at midnight, and we were very, very well dressed, I will tell you. I could hardly walk. I was lucky to have my sheep coat with me that night. So we went down to the coast, and it was a fantastic landscape to look at because the moon was full, no clouds in the sky, and this moonlight lit up the whole ice snow area, glittering in the moonshine, and the sculptures had many beautiful blue colors. I found a stone and sat down and looked up at the moon. I had some experiences with the moon when I was a child. My father was a sailor, and my mother took me when the moon was full and put me up in the window and asked me to throw dummies out of the window because the moon, she said, would give them to my father. And then when he got the dummies, she knew that I was growing and was becoming a big girl. So I thought, I will tell the moon that. And I sat down and focused on the moon, a kind of white silver plate up in the sky, and told him that, or it that. And I also told it that my grandmother and my great-grandmother were not very fond of this full moonlight because they had an anxiety in them, and they couldn't sleep at night. So why is that? I asked the moon. And there was silence for some minutes, and then the moon said, "Oh, but that's just my cosmic breath." Of course, I asked, "What do you mean by cosmic breath?" And it said, "Well, when I am breathing in, I'm drawing water on Gaia up to me, and that means that the oceans get higher there, and all the water in the earth is coming up into all plants and trees, and with it, new nutrition. And when I'm breathing out, the water goes down away by the coasts and down in the ground, giving all roots extra water. out in the oceans, I help by making currents and streams in the water, and that gives new nutrition to all the animals that are in the water, in the oceans. So in that way, I'm helping Mother Earth, giving the plants and all the animals possibility at a certain time to get more and to get fresh food or nourishment. Of course, I also it also goes up in people, and when these elder people feels this extra moisture or water liquid in their heads, they can feel perhaps dizzy or have anxiety and no sleep at night, of course. But it is only my cosmic breath. I help Mother Gaia by giving fresh and new nutritions to her living beings. Oh, I said, that is fantastic. It's a fantastic system. Thank you. And the moon said, you are welcome. Don't be afraid of my breath anymore. No. And every time I'm outside and it's full moon, I always say hello and remembers this experience that night. The other helper, or I should say helper in quotation marks, because it is so much more than help, is of course our sun in this solar system. Suns in solar systems all over the galaxy, or in all galaxies, have different jobs to do. But our sun in this solar system has a certain job to do. I'll tell a story about that. I was in the middle of therapy session as somebody, I don't know, came into my head and said, you have to contact the sun. I do. I said, yes, you have to contact the sun in this solar system. And I have been working with this for many, many years. So when I get these, in quotation mark, orders, I have to do it. So I sat down one day, put my brain in the right frequencies so that I could travel, and began my journey towards the sun. I came almost to the surface, but I couldn't go any further. It was a very, very beautiful and almost scary sight to look at the surface so close by, looking at these beautiful, beautiful colors, and seeing this boiling surface. In this sight, close to the sun, I could hear voices. It was almost like a choir. And I could hear the choir saying, not singing, but saying, we are many, we are many. But as I couldn't come any further, I went home in my body. after a while, I thought I'll try again, and came up to the surface, and the road was open. I could go into the sun. But I think I came perhaps in the middle of it. Anyway, I was totally surrounded by these colors and the enormous dramatic work in there, with light yellow, dark yellow, oranges in so many colors, or do you call it, I can't remember what they are called, but anyway, I was stopped there perhaps in the middle of the sun, and I heard the voices again, the same choir. We are many. We are many. And after a while, I turned around and went home into my body. Again, after a while, I mean, I have had an order. I had to do it. So I went once more, and the road was open. I could go the whole way into the middle of the sun. I found myself in the middle of a square. Remember, it's all in yellow and orange colors. Hundreds of different colors of these two colors. I had landed in the middle of a square, and I could see to my left was a road up, and it disappeared about behind some houses. You can imagine a Mediterranean village down by the sea. Small, very nice houses, some with flat roofs, some with arched roofs, and it was all made in light. It was totally just light, and there was nobody to see, nobody. And I was standing there in the middle of the square, and I called, "Hello, hello, hello." And the voices came again. "We are many. We are many." And I said, "Yes, perhaps you are many, but I can't see you." And then there was, I think they picked one out to be the speaker. And it was a male voice. And he then told me, "No, this is a part of our evolution. You can't see us. We are, I think you would call it just thoughts. But we are many. And we are very different. We are large, huge, strong intelligences. And we are small, fragile of them." I said, "Yes, but are there no competition about in where I am coming from today, that it will be like all the strong ones are those in indecision, and all the fragile ones, they are the lowest part of the society?" "Oh no," he said. "Oh no, it's not like that here. You know, we know what small, fragile intelligences have to bid in with. They are fine. They are soft. They can give so much, and the strong ones, of course, also give what they can do And I'm belonging to the strong ones. We honor and worship the small ones for what they can give to our community. Well, it's not like that on Maya Gaia, Mother Gaia, I said. No, he said, you haven't got it yet. But let me ask you, what do you think is strong and something absolutely necessary and strong in any way? Well, I said, the elephants are strong, big and strong, and the blue whales are strong. And that it was at that time where Obama was president in the USA. And of course, he had a lot of power. Yes, he said. But can you live without Obama? I think so, I said. Can you live without elephants on your planet? Yeah, I think I can. Well, you have to give me an example of what you can't live without, because that must be the most important, that must be the strongest, that must be the most valuable. I said, well, I don't know. What, can you give me an example? Yes, he said, what about the bees? What about your bees? The bees, they are there to make everything, I don't know what that's called in English, but to get fruits and berries and potatoes, everything needs bees and their pollen to use. Yes, of course. And what about worms? What about all the small creatures in the earth? What about bacteria who changes leaves to soil? What about? Yes, I said, we can't live without them. No, he said. That's why we have discovered that we have to honor and respect and nourish those small, fragile beings here. Yes, that's right, I said. I'll have to remember that. I do remember that. I knew it, but not just as you asked. What do you do, sir? Oh, he said, yeah. What do we do? We, on this sun, we are here in the love and admiration for the Creator. So our job is to generate the love that comes from the Creator. So in our dedication and love, we send that out into the universe. And you can see it when it comes to your Mother Gaia. It goes through a layer and becomes light and warmth. We send out a lot of energies, a lot of different energies, but it's the most simple to explain that it becomes warmth and light when it comes to your planet. Well, don't you send that out all over the universe as far as it can reach? Yes, he said it does. And of course, it's some celestial beings needs something, and your planet needs something special. And around the Earth is a layer of old intelligences from other humanities, you can call it, from others, yeah, you can call it that. They are, it's working when our frequencies reach them, they work like a sieve, and only what's useful for planet Earth goes through these elders, as we call them, and comes down to the Earth and gives life to everything down there. That's our job. That's what we do. I said, fantastic. You see, in my head, it is like Mother Earth creates from the middle of her, from her heart, energy that goes out to the surface, and through angels of nature goes further out, and these throw the love and joy and care out, and it's falling down on everything living as waves of rainbow-colored light, and where they stand, all the spots are connected with energy lines, and the energy lines are also the love from Mother Earth. The moon helps by renewing nutritions to plants and animals, and the sun is giving light and warmth to the living beings on Earth. And I have to remember, like in Mother Earth, she stores knowledge. In the frequencies coming from the sun is also knowledge and wisdom for those who need it. And of course, I'm a human being, so I think it's fantastic that the sun and the entities there are sending wisdom and learning down to human beings. Yeah, it's a fantastic oasis. Oh, is it called that? An oasis. A beautiful, fruitful place. Fantastic. That was it from me now. I'm Anne. I'm a seer. I'm a shaman. I'm a healer. And I love to tell stories about what I experience as such. I have a lot of more stories to tell, but it must be another time. Until then,